Everyone is always trying to figure out what the best leadership style is. People point to people like Abraham Lincoln, Gandhi, George Washington. But nobody talks about the leadership style of the typical cow boss. Let's explore what that leadership style really is. A cow boss gets a lot done. They probably get more done in a day than a lot of corporate managers get done in a week. So wouldn't it behoove us to learn what their leadership style is and why it's so effective? Let's start with the definition of what a cow boss is. They are in charge of the cattle operation on a ranch. They choose where the cowboys will ride and hire and fire the cowboys. They answer to the general manager or ranch owner. And I got this definition from the Cowboy Accountant. If you're interested in the world of cowboys and cattle, then definitely head on over to his website. He's got a lot of great information. A cow boss is the equivalent of the general manager of a store or a restaurant. They're usually a top hand and have worked on a ranch for an extensive amount of time. They ride for the brand. If you don't know what that is, check out my video about riding for the brand. The cow boss is in charge of all the cowboys employed by the rancher. Without a great cow boss to keep everyone in line, nothing will get done. I know of one spread where the cow boss sucked and the calves didn't get branded or doctored for over 2 years before the rancher found out because he was out of the country. But let's get back to the point. How the heck does a cow boss lead? What's their leadership style and why is it so effective? To start out, a cow boss can have a variety of leadership styles. They can be a democratic leader, where the leader has the final say, but the team is involved in the decision-making process. Or they can be autocratic, with the cow boss making all the decisions and giving all the orders. This style is often used when quick decisions and clear direction are needed. They could be transformational, where the leader is inspirational, motivational, and passionate. Maybe they're a coach, providing guidance, support, and collaboration to help the team achieve its best results. The cow boss could be laissez-faire, which is probably the worst one you could be on a ranch full of wild cowboys. This is where they set the direction and then let the team make their own decisions on how to get there. They could be transactional, by outlining tasks, goals, and the steps needed to achieve those goals, and give out rewards or punishments based on the performance of the team. They could be visionary, inspiring their teammates and helping them see how they can contribute to a shared vision. Lastly, they could be a servant leader, interacting with others to achieve authority rather than power. That was a lot. Let's have a little bronc riding break.
Has the chance of a lifetime.
Obviously, the leadership style of a cow boss is going to be their own personal preference. But from my experience and from reading countless books on cowboying and ranching, I think the majority of cow bosses fall into 2 categories. When a cow boss is at the home ranch planning out what needs to happen on the ranch, I believe most are visionary leaders. They bring their cowboys into the vision of the ranch, getting calves vaccinated, birthed, branded, shipped while looking for ways to develop their cowboys. They're trying to get buy-in from their team and want to show their team the vision of having a healthy and sustainable operation. They want to communicate their vision to their cowboys and get input from their men and women to see what they could improve upon. They're looking to improve the systems of the ranch by actively engaging their team. Then, during the off-season, which is usually winter, they're researching better ways of doing things or talking with other cow bosses to discover what they could be doing better. They want to be the best, have the best outfit, and get their jobs done as efficiently as possible. If you're looking for cow boss wisdom, talk to them while they're being a visionary leader. Then the working season begins, and it's time to put the boots on, saddle up, and get down to business. What kind of leadership does a cow boss have when it's time to start working? From my experience, the cow boss switches to an autocratic leadership style when it's time to work. They give orders and expect them to be followed to a T. Violation of the orders could literally lead to what's called a shapping, where the cow boss spanks a violator of the rules with a set of shaps. They become autocratic because everyone needs to be on the same page to a T if the cattle are going to be handled correctly. If they give up their autocracy, the operation will probably fall apart. Not because the Cowboys don't know what they're doing or aren't experienced, but because of the nature of the work. If the cow boss, for example, used a coaching approach, then the Cowboys would have to come up with a new leader to tell them what they needed to do for the day and how to do it. If everyone on the team tried to accomplish the same thing without being on the same page, they would have good intentions, but not accomplish much. It's the principle of having too many hands in the kitchen messing up the food. So the cow boss calls the shots, so everyone's on the same page. And they do it in a non-democratic way because things change quickly when working with 1,000-pound animals. It's not that they don't want to be a servant or transformational leader. It's just that they have to take action quickly and effectively. That's why the cow boss is usually the most experienced and reliable cowboy on the crew. But what can you take away from the cow boss's leadership style? You can practice being a visionary leader when you have off time to demonstrate to your team that you care. And if you're the most experienced and reliable person on your team, then don't be afraid to take control if the situation calls for it. Just remember that you can't be an authoritarian or autocratic leader all of the time, or your team will quit and rebel. Thanks for watching.